As this is a 100-year celebration or centennial since the signing of the armistice at the end of World War I, that was a war that was fought to end all wars, we felt it was fitting that we celebrate this Veterans Day to honor all veterans who have served our nation during this period. We want to especially thank Anastasia Baptist Church for allowing us to celebrate this event here in this beautiful Christian Life Center and the use of their technical staff and their equipment.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm honored to be with you all today to recognize both our nation's veterans and the centennial of the end of the Great War. Please let me first begin by expressing my heartfelt thanks to each and every veteran that's here with us today. Today's generations of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines have learned from your many successes. We're inspired by your courage and are grateful for your service to our nation. Today, I'd prefer to address you as my fellow Americans, for today serves as a clear reminder of what unites us as Americans, a shared admiration of those willing to put nation before self and serve in defense of America's interests. We especially remember those who gave their last full measure of devotion for our country. Military members are not alone in their call to serve. Teachers, police officers, firefighters, health professionals, volunteers, and public servants all contribute to this shared idea of service to nation. From the Revolutionary War to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, from Syria, World War I, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, and Operation Desert Shield, veterans of the armed forces and their families have shouldered a disproportionate share of the burden. The federal holiday that we recognize today, Veterans Day, was first known and celebrated as Armistice Day, an armistice that marked the end of the war to end all wars. 100 years ago yesterday, at 11 o'clock in the morning, the guns along the Western Front fell silent. By the end, more than 4 million American families had sent their sons and daughters to serve in uniform during the Great War. Of those, over 1,600 Floridians gave their lives in defense of democracy over there. In total, there are over 16.1 million living veterans of at least one war alive today in our country. There are an additional 6 million veterans that served in peacetime, but helped us to be ready for war. In particular, the state of Florida has the third largest population of veterans, with 1.6 million of us living in the state today. The tradition of faithful military service in this country has defined our nation, sustained the peace, and enabled prosperity for all of us. On Veterans Day, we must reflect on the past, recognize the present, and look forward to the future. Each man or woman who wears the cloth of the nation serves as part of a defense continuum. The unbreakable bond that exists among those who served reminds us of the power of the unifying principles of service to country. As President Ronald Reagan believed, our national security should always be guided by the clear principle of, and I quote, peace through strength. This is not a political tagline. It is a geopolitical truth. I have had the privilege to know, fight alongside, and lead those who wear the uniform of the United States military for 35 years. Though their backgrounds are diverse, their sense of duty and love of country unite them in unbreakable bonds forged in some of the hottest of fires. I'm proud to join you all today to say thank you for those who have come before me and those who will come after I've left the armed forces. Today's veterans provide a critical link from the past to the present. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confident in the future of our country because I know the character of our country. The thousands of men and women I have led are examples of remarkable patriotism and sacrifice. Happy Veterans Day, my fellow Americans, and thank you for your service to our nation, and thank you for taking the time to honor the nation's military. This Veterans Day, please take a moment to reflect on the unity that truly defines this experiment in freedom and democracy that we call the United States of America. In a world where some profit from division and prefer to sow the seeds of discord, we must maintain a healthy perspective of what the real fabric of America looks like. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for furthering the cause of honoring America's veterans, and God bless you all. God bless the veterans of the United States Armed Forces, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Oh